This is another episode of Qdoma. Last time we was talking about executions and why we should bring them back. Today, or more or less tonight, we're talking about Christians and you. Well, it looks like the war on Christianity continues. According to the little survey here, terrorist attacks on Christianity in Africa and the Middle East and Asia increased 309 from 2003 to 2010. Interesting aspects, it seems like more Christians are burning in the Bobby than from last year. Well, let me just put it to you like this. Looking at these scenarios, I would think Christians should be a little nicer to us here in the United States for those of us that are not Christian. Because if the scenario was a little bit different, well, they might be burning on the Bobby too. Am I not right? Yes, this is correct. Now, if we want to ask questions today, what is the problem with Christians? Well, one of the problems with Christians, I feel, is they walk around as if they are Jesus themselves. You know what they should call them? They should call them Christ-likes. Because they're nothing like Jesus. Basically, they're totally the opposite. Biggest hypocrites in the world, a lot of them are. Not all of them, but I'm just saying, some of them that I've come across. Another funny thing about Christians, especially some of these conservatives, they swear they're the authority when it comes to right and wrong. Totally like, I don't know, on another planet somewhere. Like, what is your problem? Get your head out of your ass. It's almost like they want to just take credit for all the miracles that's being read in the Bible, that was written in the Bible. It's like, the water and the wine. We did that, and yeah, that was us. The walking on the water, that's all us. The parting of the water, that's us. You see it in Hollywood, I swear. I think Hollywood is ran by Christians. I really do. I mean, of course, from what I heard, Hollywood is ran by Jews. I mean, not that I have anything against Jewish people, but, gotta love them. Gotta love them. Gotta love them. And can I get a yell out for praise Satan? Yes, praise Satan, yes. I don't know what is with Christians and Satan. What is your problem with Satan? What did Satan ever do to you? Well, looking at it from the Christian side aspects, basically, the verse they say, well, the fall of man, all that good stuff, the dying, the suffering, the pestilence. But you gotta look at it from Satan's perspective. You gotta think about it. When God sat up there and He created human beings, you gotta look at it. God created something less than angel. It's understandable there would be some kind of opposition there in that scenario. You gotta look at it and say, well, we're supposed to bow down to this creation. This creation is less than what we are. We're supposed to be the greatest thing since baked bread. What the hell's going on up in here? And then basically, Satan was like, hey, hey God, what's the problem? What's up with these humans? I don't know about them. They're weird looking. I don't know. And of course, God, the way that the Bible is basically supposed to say it is, they're made in the image of me, so they're in the image of me. You gotta bow down to them because that's just the way it is. And, Satan like, man, come on, you really gotta be kidding me, right? These creatures here, they supposed to have what? Free will? What the hell are we? Chopped liver? I mean, what the hell? But, once again, I have to say that, Satan literally pushed the envelope and proved that angels can break away from the flock and do their own thing. So, you have to give praise for Satan on that one. Literally. But the thing about it is, Satan gets blamed for everything. Gets blamed for the way the world is. Gets blamed for, I don't know. Literally. It's like why people are Why people just do bad things, you know? And I like scratch my head. I'm like, you know, if you look in the Bible, there's so many inconsistencies, it doesn't even make freaking sense. Because I said, if that's the freaking case, then I like look at the Adam and Eve scenario. Look, no one forced freaking daggone Adam and Eve to eat the freaking goddamn fruit. They did that junk on their own accord. Of course, the argument is, well, the snake trapped them. Look, if you had half a mind, you know, you would look. If they said, don't eat the tree, don't eat of the tree, damn it. But they didn't freaking listen. You know, so, you know, what happened, you know, everything went to shit, and, you know, I still scratching my head about the whole thing. You know, my mother, she up there, she said, well, you know, when they ate the fruit, they realized they were naked, and, you know, they figured out what sex was, you know. Way it looks to me, it seems like they was oblivious. They didn't even know what nothing was. You know, anymore. It's just like a reality came into mind. Like, wait a minute, we actually don't got no clothes on us. I was like, how can you not? How can those kind of things pop in your head for eating from a tree of knowledge? That doesn't make any sense either, people. You know, it's supposed to be knowledge. So how can knowledge be such a bad thing? You know, right? You know, of course, then there's that whole argument is, you know, there's things you're not supposed to know, you know. Because if you know this, then basically you're God. I don't know. It's like one time I asked my mother this funny question. I said, does God go to the bathroom? You know, she couldn't give me a good answer. He said, well, if he does, he's not, you'll never know, you'll never figure it out. I was like, oh, okay, you know. One of my theories is, you know, when it rains, is God peeing? I don't know. And when it snows, it could be just God taking a dump. I don't know. Or when you just get hail or whatever it is, you know. Moving on. What are other things that I don't like about Christians? Well, I'm going to tell you. Another thing I don't really like about them, I don't really like some of them, they want to be in your face and they swear that they know the truth when it comes to stuff. All they can do is sort of sit there and quote the freaking Bible. Like, what the hell's going on with you? You know, you need to get your head out your ass. You know, I swear, you know, can you really say something without the Bible in your hand? Can you think on your own? Or you're just a walking automaton? I just don't understand it. You know, for me, I've got my own free will. I can say and do as I please. No one's telling me anything. Oh, sure, my parents brought me up, but of course, you know, I came up with my own ideas about, you know, my perceptions on life and people and those type of things. And of course, those things were influenced by other things. And, you know, along with the experiences and all those type of things. I mean, but, you know, Christians, I mean, especially the Jehovah's Witnesses. The Jehovah's Witnesses, boy, they really got a problem. They really, really, really got a problem. If they set up there, they always got to go look back to the Bible. It's like, well, look, the end of days is coming here, and this is going to happen, and this was foretold, and yada, yada, yada. How many people you know has been foretelling stuff? Notre Dame's, you know, the freaking Dalai Lama, all these people, you know, they've been foretelling stuff. You know, people have been foretelling stuff before the Bible was even written. You know, I'm just like, I don't need no more of that. That's just like what the other stuff, you know, that's in the book, you know, that talks about, you know, the way of living and stuff. You know, wars and conflict and stuff. That's just a regular thing of life. That's always been, even before the Bible even came into freaking existence. The conflict between chaos and order has always been. It's just the way things are. Without one, you can't have the other. You know, if you eliminate evil out the equation, what the hell is freaking Christians going to do? You know, they would lose their freaking mind. They would probably end up killing each other. That's just like if Satan was actually done away with. I don't know what would freaking happen. You know, what reason would you have to live anymore? But, you know, that's just my opinion on that. I think you need both aspects to actually be able to explain existence itself. Because if you don't have them, you know, you're just kind of lost, really. You know, Another thing I'm going to tell you that really kind of really gets me with Christians is all the little ritualistic things they do. You know, the praying, the crosses, you know, the little hand gestures, the signs. Depends on who you go to with those kind of things. You know, it's kind of funny with them, you know. I mean, me, you know, I got sick of the ritualistic stuff. I got tired of praying. I got tired of, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll tell you, one thing I do like, coming from the Christian, you know, boy, they can really put it on when it comes to some of the prayers. The prayers make good for some good songs. Especially if you turn them around and change some words around. You know, you can really get some really good substance out of that. Really, you can really do it. Especially, really, you know, you can turn God around, turn it into dog. You know, you get some beautiful lyrics out of that. Same thing. I still keep a Bible around. Don't think I don't. You know, even though I have other books. You know, I have a Quran, I have a Satanic Bible, I have a whole bunch of other things too. You know, but I keep the Bible around because, I mean, it's good source material. I just tell you, you know, that kind of stuff right there, you know, you have to give it to whoever wrote it. You know, well, we know it was a combination of people. We know one person didn't write the Bible. You know, everyone wants to, you know, bring up this hokey where it was God or whatever, whoever the Sictionary was. But the thing is, yes, it's a masterpiece in his work. You know, the couple of people that added on to it. Just as a masterful work as it is with Shakespeare. And people even still question his work, whether even he could have possibly even wrote all the stuff that he did. But, you know, that's another story entirely. I'm trying to see. What else I don't like about the freaking Christian stuff? You know, I hate when people sit there and they add Christian stuff in the stuff that doesn't even belong. You know, I don't know. I was looking at a box of Lucky Charms, and I swear, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Lucky has kind of changed a little bit. I think some Christian influence has gotten a hold of him or something, because I swear, Lucky doesn't look like the Lucky I used to know. He looks like a daggone deranged Jehovah's Witness with a book. You know, like, oh, what am I going to do here? I just don't know. You know, it's like certain stuff that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. You know, it's the same thing, you know, when you watch certain movies. You know, it's like, oh, it's kind of, you know, you gotta see it, there's gotta be a cross. You know, it's like, you know, people want to set up in here and they want to do the Jesus thing all the time. I don't know, you know, it's like that self-sacrifice, and that's another thing that gets on my nerves. The freaking daggone self-righteousness. Oh, jeez. I don't know how much of that I can keep standing. You know, I swear, you know, people just like, they swore that they're so freaking self-righteous. You know, and the thing about it, to make matters even worse, you know, here in this country, you know, what's his name? Romney, or whatever his name is, you know, he's another one of them that really, you know, we could definitely don't need as president. You know, it would be nice, just for a change, we need an atheist as a president. Or somebody that's kind of like middle of the ground, but at the same time, they're not so influenced by the Christianity aspect. Because I find that to be a real problem here in society. You know, we need a clear head. We can't have other stuff influence what's going on with us. Because, you know, that's how you have problems. But, you know, I'm going to wrap this up. This is Q Doma. And I've been having a really good time talking about Christians and you. Basically, and you know, I look for your questions and comments on this lovely, wonderful subject. And I'll be seeing you next time around. Till then, see ya.